Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Glad you could join me here today on this Mindset and Motivation Monday. I can't wait to get into the topic of the day because it was just a conversation that transpired over this past weekend that I can't wait to share with you. Literally just 48 hours ago, I was talking with a good friend of mine. We were hanging out together for the weekend. And he knows that I do a lot of talk on mindset, on creating the life that you want to live by purpose, right? And on purpose. And so he's heard a bunch of the shows and he said to me, he's like, I think that there is something to this whole visualization thing. Now, again, I think that this individual is a little bit more maybe of a harder sell like a lot of us were in the beginning. But they're starting to see that the things that they focus on, they start to become more aware of. And that's the very first step. That's what I always talk about. So for example, and we were actually talking about this, like any car that we've ever wanted, we may or never have known about it before. I always give this little analogy. So back when I was probably around 25 years old, 26 years old. I had this, right around there. I had this Honda Fit car, right? And I never knew it existed. And it's not like the Honda Fit is like the best car in the world. I'm not saying that, but it's a nice car. And I had it. And the reason what I loved about it is that it was almost like floor to ceiling. It was like a car that you could flip the seat all the way up and you can almost turn it into, your own little Jeep or all utility vehicle. And I was into sprint triathlon racing back then, and I could put my bike in. Like literally, it was an easy car to be able to transport in. And it was a small car, and I lived in the city, so I could very easily park it. And I had never seen one before, but I saw it online. And so once I became aware of it, though, like, hey, I'm thinking about buying this Honda Fit. And after that, maybe a couple of days later, I saw my first Honda Fit. Never saw one before on the road. And then after that, I started to see them everywhere. And the same exact thing happened to a friend of mine, this friend that I was talking about, good friend of mine. And so we said, okay, we were just chatting about this. And of course, I've been using it now for many, many years with all sorts of different things that I want to get into here with you today. But they were beginning to realize that the same thing was happening with them with vehicles, with different cars they were thinking about leasing or purchasing, but also in business as well. And for them, they were looking at different opportunities that they might be able to take advantage of for additional outlets, for additional ways of being able to better themselves in their own career. And that's what I'm obviously big on as well. Is like, how can we improve our life through anything that we want, not just through career, but through improving our own body? Like that's been a big thing for me, right? In the very beginning, it's like, okay, I started to study something. And so what would I do? Well, I'd read more books on it, and then I would learn about more authors. And then sometimes I would contact the author and I would say, hey, am I able to do a consultation with you? And then I would learn more. So it's like, it's just opening the mind and expanding the mind. But the reason why I really bring this up today, and this is extremely important, is that we have to be careful though. Like we have to be really careful what we're looking for in life. And I share this with you as partly an amazingly beneficial thing that you can do once you harness it. But for all those people that don't even know that it exists, but yet they're using it right now, life can become pretty troubling. And it's because life will show you what you're looking for. If you choose to look at life negatively, I'm telling you right now, you turn on the news, you're going to get a lot of reinforcement about that. You really will. You open up your YouTube channel, right? Your YouTube, app, and what does it show you? A feed of what you've been looking at, right? I mean, that's literally how the algorithm works. Same with Instagram. You get more of what you're interested in. The apps do that because they want you to spend more time in the app. So when you look at your Instagram feed or your YouTube feed, what is it? What are you seeing? Positive things or negative things? because it is a bit of a reflection of what you search for, what you're looking for. But that's in general life. We will find things that reinforce our worldview. My worldview may not be the same as yours, good or bad, and certainly in every area of our life it isn't the same, because we've had different upbringings, part of different communities and cultures, we've had different relationships, we've gone through different health struggles, right? Body transformation, career, etc. We've had our own path, we've had our own life. We may get to the same conclusion, but through different means. And what I like to share with people is that until we become self-aware, we are literally drowning in what our subconscious beliefs are. We go through every day and we think that it's happenstance and that it's just chance that we end up meeting certain people, certain things happen to us, good, bad, or like whatever it might be, right? But once we start to realize that there is a part of our brain called the reticular activating system, the RAS, that I've talked about before on a podcast, probably years back, it gives us more of what we're looking for. Now, it's very interesting. It does not mean that bad things are happening in your life. It doesn't mean that good things are happening in your life. But if you are always thinking about the negative, you'll find more negative things. It's like me back in the day looking for the Honda Fit. Well, it's always been out there. They didn't just start showing up because I started to think about purchasing one. It started showing up to me because I started thinking about purchasing one. But it had always been there, right? So until I started to think about it, I didn't see it in my overall vision, my peripheral vision in the world around me. But once I was focused on it, what did I get? More of it, right? I had more opportunities to see Honda Fits. Do I like it? Do I not like it, right? And then I can make the decision to purchase or not. So if I'm thinking about negative things in a certain area of my life, I'll be more aware of the negative things that are always there in life, right? So I'm not saying they're negatively happening to you, but you are more focused on them. Now, if I choose to become more positive and I choose to think about more positive things in a specific area, guess what? I'm going to find more opportunities to see those positive things. It's really, this is literally how it works in life. Our reticular activating system, our mind makes us more aware. That's the bottom line. So now we have to decide, what are we going to become more aware of? Well, that goes to, what are we more focused on? So are you more focused on the negatives of life? They happen. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't have hard days, right? Like even last Friday, challenging day. Don't need to go into it, because if I go into it, then you might say, oh yeah, I don't have those specific issues, or yeah, maybe I do, or whatever it might be. Just a challenging day. That's all that it was. It was a challenging day. And so I could do this. I could take that challenging day and I could focus on it and bring it into my weekend. I could then bring it into the next week. That wouldn't do me any good, right? So what I say is, yeah, we're all going to hit challenges in life. We're all going to have obstacles to overcome. I need to overcome it, but let me focus on the positive plan, the growth that I may need to achieve, or the opportunities that I can look at that will help me to overcome this challenge, so I can stay focused instead, not of the challenge, but I can stay focused on the actual growth-based plan, the actual next steps, the actual action things that I can take in order to move forward rather than the obstacle itself. We can all worry about our challenges in life, and we can have anxiety and stress over our challenges and obstacles that are put in front of us. We don't always control those. I'm not sure that we do. But what we do control is our response and what we focus on. And if you are focused on more of your worries rather than more of the solutions, then you are going to have a more challenging and potentially overwhelming and irritable and anxiety-based life. What I want for you is not to say that you can totally escape the realm of worry. I don't think that we can do that on this human being existence and the journey that we're on. But I also share with you this, that sometimes part of these worries and obstacles and challenges are put in front of us in order for us to grow and to become more self-aware. Because once we start to overcome obstacles in our life that we look as detrimental right now, we're forced to grow. When we do grow, those previous challenges become easier. Now, we might be presented with more difficult ones. And you might say, well, that's not good either. But I believe the trade-off is vastly superior, meaning the person that you become in order to become strong enough to overcome your current challenges is worth it. Because you get to take the person that you become with you even after the challenge is over. And that new person who has much more knowledge, maybe skills, certainly more character, can deal with anything that life throws at them to a far greater degree. Plus, you're going to have now more opportunities in front of you. You've just grown more. You've literally begun to scale your life, your human life. When you do that, you begin to have more confidence. That's one of the biggest things that I've seen in my practice, is that if we can help you get well, if we can help you overcome the digestive issue you've had for years, or the anxiety, or the skin, or the headaches, or the autoimmune, or whatever it is, if you can overcome that, and what you've learned in that process and had to do through the different steps, lifestyle modifications, etc., and you do it, you say, wow, I didn't think I was ever going to be able to overcome that. It's the same with a lot of the weight loss-based clients we work with, or weight gain. You hadn't been able to lose the 40 pounds, and you did it in the next 6 to 8 months. Wow. How did you do that? Well, the thing is, you learned something you didn't know before. You began to implement that new plan. When an obstacle arose, you didn't give up. You persevered. You made some tweaks to the program, and you pushed forward past that new plateau. And then you were able to lose the 40 pounds or overcome the autoimmune issue or skin issue or gas, bloating, etc. Amazing. So then you start to think, well, could I apply what I learned with my own body and my health to my mind or to my career or my relationships or anything else? And the answer is, of course. It doesn't change. The application doesn't even change. You just need to use that system or blueprint or plan or protocol in a new area of your life. And that would be new plan, okay, new input, new knowledge, begin to take action, plateau, persevere, find a way around it, which is the new obstacle, begin to get results again, recalibrate, tweak the plan until successful. And that is the recipe that you can use in any area of your life. But in order to even get there, what do you need to do? Well, you need to focus more on the positive than the negative. What's the negative? The problem you're currently facing. You can worry about that. You can worry about the problem not only that you're facing as an individual, but the country or the world around you, right? Like there are lots of problems in this world. And if that's what you're focused on, it can be a pretty horrifying place. There's no doubt about that. But if what we can focus on is, okay, what can I change inside of my personal sphere of influence? Community, family, relationships, yourself. That's what you can absolutely change. And if enough people do that, well, we change the world. But difficult to change other people, easier to change yourself. So if we begin to say, how can I improve, which may improve others around me, and certainly I could teach that to my sphere of influence, great, we start there. So we don't worry about the entire world's problems quite yet. Like it's a good place, it's a good thing to work on, there's no doubt about it. But if everybody started to adopt, let me see if I can work on me a little bit more to improve me, then I can teach others, right? In IHP, what do we say? Heal yourself, heal others. Start with you. Get more energy, more abundance, more vitality. Share it with others. And focus on what? Not the problem you're currently facing. You need to know, again, you have to be self-aware. What are the issues that I'm currently facing? Okay? What are the most detrimental ones that I should work on first? Okay, let's start there. Then, what do we focus on? We switch from the negative to the positive. What's the positive? Okay, yeah, I have an issue, but there's this book or this course or this doctor or this coach or this practitioner that has a plan that I haven't tried yet, not at least from this angle. Let me begin to focus on that. Oh, what do I need to do? Clean up my diet, exercise, stress reduction, toxin removal, rest, emotional balance, add some scientifically backed supplements, work on success mindset. That's the de-stress protocol I teach. Great. Well, you could do that with any practitioner you want, but you have to work on the different areas. Okay, now I've got more to think about. What do I have to think about? Oh, my diet, my exercise, my stress reduction. Good. What does that do? Takes my mind off of all my current worries and problems that I can't do anything about until I begin to take what? Action. And to take action, I need to focus on more of the positive of what I can do. Now I'm focusing on the positive of what I can do, and my mind immediately begins to expand. I immediately begin to think about there's opportunity, there's possibility for progress, and new potential. And when you focus on your future potential over your current problems, that's how you can begin to make headway. Now, if you do that enough hours in the day and enough days in the week and weeks in the month, massive change begins to take place. Not over any one day, but it's the consistency that creates the future you. The future you is who you want to visualize as your ideal self. All you then need to do is begin to step forward, literally one small action at a time, in order to be able to overcome what can often seem like insurmountable obstacles. Thank you so much for tuning into today's show. I appreciate you. As always, if the show is helpful, do feel free to share it with anyone you believe it could serve. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my Health Results Accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stephencabral.com/courses.